What is next? Well, Pacific Northwest Kai's here, bringing you guys another deck profile with a Stormfist Krillin leader here. He is a blue leader with the auto. When this card attacks, you can take one card from your life and then draw one card. So it's a self-awakened leader. And then when he's at 4 or less life, you can flip him over and untap one energy. Like just before, I have done a profile for this leader again, but this is going to be a different variant. And then on his weakened side, it's going to be Stormfist Krillin. What his auto is, when he attacks, draw one card, and at the end of the phase, at the end of your turn, his auto is also draw another card. So it does provide a lot of draw power. And he does have an active main once per turn. Choose one card you're hitting, place it in a drop area, and this card gains 5,000 attack power and critical. So going right into the deck, because of that critical and a lot of force behind it, we're going to be running 2 Furthering Destruction Champa, just so we can get that 10k plus double strike when we combo with them. Then we're going to be running 4 Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Gokus. That way we can combo out, get that 10,000 combo power, and then we can also draw one from it. It just kind of replaces itself and also protecting our leader and our life as well. And then since we're running a blue leader and we get to our 4 life pretty fast, so we're not going to be running Sparking. We're going to be playing at North Kai Keeping Watch. It's a super combo, gets you 10,000 combo power for free or for no cost, no matter what your life is at. But at 4 life, you also get to draw one card from his auto. I mean, it makes sense to run a Sparking combo as well, just because I'm not playing any overwhelm cards. But this is when I just side in overwhelm because I do plan a side for it. I don't have a side right now, but I do plan a side like overwhelm depending on what decks I'm playing. So I just want to be more cautious and prepared and just play with the 4 or less life super combos other than the sparking ones. And then we're going to be playing one of the most devastating cards in the game. Just for 2 costs, we got the Son Goku striving to be the best. Which he has barrier, and he prevents your opponent from attacking with anything less than 2 that costs less than 2 energy. So he kind of shuts them in their tracks if they're trying to awaken with like little piercers like Intensifying Power Trunks, Awakening Talent Pan, things like that. They're running 2 Deadly Defender Vegetas just because it has barrier, and then when it's in rest mode, your opponent can't attack this card or can't attack your leader card. So it has to get past Deadly Defender Vegeta first before it can get to your leader. And then we're running 3 all-inspiring Vegetos just because they do the exact same thing as Deadly Defender but better. And when you're at 5 or more life, you do get to draw 1 card. Just for our 5-step, when we get to our energy cost 5, we have 2 ultimate fusion Gogetas because this card is really, it just replenishes your hand because it lets you draw 2 when you bring them out, and he also bounces back 2 battle cards on your opponent's side of the field no matter what cost they are. There's no limitation. It doesn't get past barrier, but you can still bounce them back. They're running 3 Dragon Fist SS3 Son Gokus. This card has barrier and it also has double strike, and then when this card attacks, you can untap 2 of your energy, and you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignore and barrier, and bounce it back to their hand. So it gets past things like, think cards like we're playing, Deadly Defenders, and then All Inspiring Vegetos. Then things that you just can't get past, like some of the Hurugan cards and things like that. Just because our auto goes off before their auto, so we can bounce it back before they can negate. And then for our 7-step, for our 7 cost energy, we have Gogeta here Revive because this card is broken. We draw a lot, but so does our opponent because we don't put a lot of pressure on them, so they can kind of build their hand. So we want them to replenish their entire hand at some point. Just because we're going to be protecting our life so much that we're going to have that 1 crit life we can take. We just got to make sure we get that Spark and 10 combo because that is kind of hard to get to. But we plan to go all the way up to about 6 to 7 energy anyways, just because we're trying to hold our opponent and then kind of not necessarily stall them, but prevent them from making their moves. Because we can, with this deck, we can definitely win by turn 2, turn 3 if we have our combo pieces in hand. Just because, so if they do decide to go wide, because that's not our primary focus to go wide, we have 2 Kami Global Unifiers. And then what this card does, you just play it, you draw 1 card, and then with a cost of 2 energy, you choose when your opponent has 4 or more battle cards on their side of the field, you choose this card and all other cards on the field that are 4 costs or less, ignore and barrier, and then KO them, so they all go to the drop. And then you're playing 2 time control Konoas because we we do understand the power of Shigesh. We don't want to go into a best of one match playing against any kind of Shigesh format because that deck will take you out. If not turn 4, something lower than that. Turn 3 or turn 2 because you'll be lucky enough to survive until turn 4. So we're going to respect Shigesh and then put that time control Krinoa. They were playing Toki Toki, Time Creator, just because it allows us to search for our time, control Krinoa, and our or Kami depending on our loose or our use, excuse me. Um, just hopefully they're not in life. Then we're going to be running 3 Xeno buttons because we are running a primary blue deck here. With 3 Xeno buttons, allows us to untap our energies, and there it's a counterplay, but it's a cost for free. And then we're going to be running 4 Dimension Magics, just with a Sparking ability. So when we have Sparking 5 and we're all tapped out or anything like that, we can just take a life, untap 2 energies, and then we can also counter the attack right there. Then we're running 4 Sensu Bean since we are running all blue, and Sensu Bean is a really good card, especially if we combine it with Daily Defender Vegeta and our Vegito as well. Then we're running a couple more negates. We have 3 Whis Corrosions. This one basically is a free negate because it untaps itself. You just need to have 1 active blue. Then we're running 3 Mafubas because we do respect cards like triple or excuse me. This Mafuba is basically for Shinron deck. So if they have like Vegeta or excuse me Gogeta as well, and also Vegeta at all costs, we want to respect that and just kind of stop them in their plays so they don't get those triple attacks off. Then we're going to run in 3 objections just because we do want to ramp up and try to beat our opponent in energy, as well as try to get our combos out faster and get our big cards out faster. So that's basically the whole deck. We basically want to hold our opponents and then kind of deflect our opponent's moves. Every When they are trying to attack us, we want to kind of combo out. We want to not like I said, not necessarily stall them, but prevent them from going any further for our life. They can keep trying to do all their combos. They can still do all their plays, but we don't want to slow down their aggression, basically. And then with the objection, it allows us to kind of ramp up to our big plays. So when we get to 5 energy, that's when we can start playing our Gogetas, our Dragon Fists, and then that way we can start delivering our counter attacks right back at them. That way, at that point, they spin all their combo cards typically because most people don't really play big cards anymore. They don't really play those heavy hitters anymore like we're trying to do, and they kind of just cheat cards out like World Peace or things like that. So they get free plays. So we gotta try to prevent against the free plays like that. That way, because they'll conserve their energy just so they can play those free cards, or they'll fusion themselves. Like we don't have any fusion pieces, unfortunately. Like we have Vegeta and we have Goku, but they don't have the same power, so they don't fuse with each other. But they'll cheat those cards out. That way they don't have to expend as much energy. We're going to have to hardcast everything we play, so we're working harder for it. So that's why we're using Objection. That's why we have Sensu Beans, and that's why we have Xeno Button and Dimension Magics when we tap out. This deck does pretty well against like most meta decks. Obviously, our weak point is like hand control, things like that, and things in decks that kind of press hard against us, like road aggression. However, since Krillin draws a lot, and it draws when it attacks, and it draws at the end phase, we can really replenish our hand when they're trying to do hand destruction on us, and we can actually combo out with them because when they're doing hand destruction, they're hurting themselves, and we can kind of combat that with our own attacks and our own big cards because we still have energy, and we're just waiting for that boss card. When things like Brawly and other like Gogeta, not a Gogeta Shinron, or Gogeta Shinron, but not like Shinron Hand Control or things like that. Or if we're playing against like Super 17 or things like that, we can still fight against it. Like I said, we just got to get that first turn or second turn Kundoa, leave our energy open because we have to respect Shigesh. We have to respect like Super 17's dead or Super 17's hand destruction. We have to respect all these decks, and at all costs Vegeta, we have to respect all these cards that basically just can wipe us out with one hit. So that's pretty much a deck profile. If you like it, basically like this video, like and subscribe. If I miss anything out, if you have any suggestions, please do comment. If you want to see any other leaders, deck profiles or anything like that, just please leave a comment in there. I would definitely try to make a leader around that deck, make it about semi-competitive. This deck right here is definitely competitive. It can compete with the best, but I do like to make fun decks as well here and there. Just go ahead and shoot me a comment here and there, and then I will definitely get back to you. All right, you guys have a good one. See you next time.